Hey, this is Bodhisattva Michael. This episode, we're going to talk about thinking errors, about how various cognitive distortions impact our perception of reality. Because I remember when last episode we talked about binary thought, black and white thinking, how it relates to religion. And today we're going to talk about some alternatives to that and some other cognitive distortions that we should be aware of, just as human beings in general. And one more thing before we dive in, this isn't intended to infringe around the copyright or trademarks or concepts of established therapists, nor is it meant to serve as any therapeutic advice like professional counseling. It's merely skills derived from therapists and things that I've worked with in the past, so it's very important to realize that. Second of all, and this is just a personal favor, if you could just like, subscribe, or both, and just recommend this to a friend, that'd be awesome. Yeah. So black and white thinking is basically dividing it into binaries. It's either really good or really evil, there's no middle ground, and we already covered that. So second off in the list of cognitive distortions that are related are all or nothing thinking. It's my way or the highway, stuff like that. And the remedy for that is kind of similar actually to black and white thinking, which is compromise. It's realizing it's not you either totally win or you totally lose. It's not heaven and hell. It's just there's reality, there's an objective middle ground to perceive. There's no absolute all or nothing. It's very similar to that. Next off, we have overgeneralization, in which we come to a general conclusion based off single or just limited evidence. For example, if we something bad happens to us, we expect to see it over and over again, and this is just, again, the evolutionary instinct that I'm talking about earlier, and we'll mention more along the lines of later, but it's basically in deep and down our animal, non-rational, non-thinking, feeling brains, it's genetically hardwired is to kind of perceive things as a threat if they go wrong and continue doing that. Just what we required for survival, we don't nearly require it anymore. It's actually kind of detrimental at that point. And the next one, I'm going to stick to these few distortions or whatever, is just jumping to conclusions, which is where we assume that the intent of a person or a situation is bad, that we assume it's going to be bad because we generalize it. We have all these distortions, these survival mechanisms when there's actually nothing to be afraid of except for our own fear. It's like what John F. Kennedy said, we have nothing to fear except for fear itself. And one way you can defeat that is by just mindfulness, recognizing what you're feeling, recognizing what is going on internally in your mind, and it's difficult to develop and teach, but it's worth it. It's so worth it. It's changed my life. I think it can change all of yours. If everyone practiced mindfulness, the world would be a better place. Anyways, don't forget to leave a like, a subscription, or whatever, and check me out, okay?